Hello everyone, I am Charles Leclerc and these are 10 things I can't live without. Let's go. My sunglasses, here they are, but I never wear them during interviews. Don't feel it's very polite to do so. They are cool, they are beautiful, they protect me from the sun. They are not the Meta ones. I do have the Meta ones and I actually wear them in some occasions. It's very cool, like when I'm driving karting, sometimes I wear them and you can shoot at the same time. But for the everyday use, I go for those ones. I actually should wear prescription glasses, but I don't. I've got like a perfect view. I just struggle a bit more to see perfectly, so I might have like headaches at the end of the day. My watch and my jewels. This bracelet is the date of my Monaco win last year. Very special one. A race that I've always dreamed of winning one day. And along some other bracelets, sometimes it can be fan bracelet. This one is actually my girlfriend that gifted me this one. And my watch for the time. But I use it more for the style than for the time because I always forget to put it at the right hour. I'm always traveling too much. It is a model that we've actually just released with Richard Mille, which is the Charles Leclerc model. So it's the first model that has been done for myself. Richard has actually been the very first person that believed in me and financed my career and helped me to get to where I am today. They are making 150. I do think they are sold out, yes. That's exactly what Leo does. He's my dog. It's a mini Dachshund, long hair. Blonde, beautiful, perfect personality. He's my best friend. I bring him in most of the races and that's his toy. He loves it. This noise is his favorite noise in the world. He gets very excited. Last year he did get a paddock pass, but he doesn't need it anymore. People know him actually more than me, so he's fine without pass. He can still get into the paddock at every races he comes to. He's the best. My next essential is my paddle racket. I'm a very competitive person, so whenever I'm not on track, I need to find some kind of competitiveness. Paddle is probably one of the few sports I'm good at. I'm not very good apart from actually racing cars, but paddle I'm acceptable. So I always bring my racket around to play around the world. Whenever we are on races, outside the car you cannot do high intensity trainings, and paddle is actually a really good sport because it's not so intense, and also for coordination, reflexes. I wouldn't say I play paddle for those things. I play paddle mostly because it's fun and because I enjoy it. Best paddle player on the grid. I rate myself amongst the best. I do believe that Carlos Sainz is probably the best, me second best, and the rest behind. Checo wouldn't beat me. But I like confidence. And I like competition, so Checo, if you see that, we can play whenever you want. My ice cream. I love ice cream. I've always loved ice cream. Being an athlete, and weight is important in a racing car. You've got to be as light as possible, and for that, obviously lots of sport, but not only, the diet is an important part of it. So I decided to create my own brand of ice cream called Lec, now available in France, Italy, and UK, with reduced calories, which was very important for me, but still tasting exactly like I wanted. When you think about ice cream, and I've always loved ice cream, that always came with that feeling guilty because you don't actually want to eat that ice cream if you're on a diet, and I didn't like that particular feeling, and so I was like, okay, I need to try and do a product where I don't have this kind of feeling whenever I eat it. Now I can eat ice cream a lot more often. My next essential is a keyboard. To be completely honest, this is not the exact piano I'm bringing around because this has actually very small keys, so it's a bit more difficult to play. Anyway, I'm not going to do a concert right now. My life is about speed, obviously, most of the time, and music is a way for me to just disconnect from that, slow down, focus on one thing only, which is the music. I started to play piano during COVID. I started to put stories on Instagram of musics I will come up with. People liked it, and then I thought it would be cool to post it, to put them on Spotify. It had some good success. The tricky thing with music is that obviously there's the technical aspect also attached to it. On the technical side, I've got quite a bit of limits, so most of the time I'm very, very creative, but then I cannot actually reproduce exactly what I have in mind just because I'm not as good as I would want to on the piano. But it's a process that I really, really enjoy, which is the most important thing to me. My next essential is this beauty. I'm a big, big sleeper. I think I broke my record 2 weeks ago. I was in Japan and I slept for 12 hours and 15 minutes straight in one night. Probably too much, but most of the time 8-9 hours, which is quite a lot. This is sleep. This is something that I bring everywhere as Formula 1 driver. Races are tiring, recovery is basically everything, and sleep is obviously the base of recovery. It's basically a sheet that you put on the bed that gives you all the data while you are sleeping without wearing anything. And second, it cools the bed down. I think probably the thing that is most useful for me, my girlfriend always wants to be as warm as possible in the bed. I always want to be as cold as possible in the bed, and you can split both sides. And this is the game changer. Before, I remember I used to always try and find for the fresh side of bed. So I was moving all the time before falling asleep. Now that's not anymore the case. I can just sleep, stay in the same position, fresh, all night, beautiful. Headphones. Music is a very important part of my life. So are my headphones. To have these noise cancelling headphones, the music is something that I really enjoy. It just helps me to disconnect a little bit with the outside world and just think. That's probably the best thing I like to do on a plane. Just think about either the last race, the next race, the different projects that I have in mind. Where is the Love from the Black Eyed Peas is probably the song I listen most to, or the song I have listened most to in my whole life. It's linked to particular moments of my childhood, which always remind me those kind of moments, and I really enjoy this song. I absolutely love the songs that I've done with Sofiane Pomart, who is a good friend of mine and an incredible pianist. And that was probably one of the only times where my creativity had no limits, because Sofiane was here to actually help me technically play the song himself, what I had in mind. I'm very curious in everything I do, but in music as well. And also, even when I don't actually enjoy a song, I like to try and push through it and understand if at one point I like it. Sometimes I was surprised. My phone. My dog is my background. He's so beautiful. I love what I do, and I'm so lucky to be doing what I've always dreamed of doing, which is to be a Formula 1 driver, and especially with Ferrari. However, obviously my family, my girlfriend, my friends are most of the time at home when they cannot come on a race. So obviously the phone is the only way to contact them. I do have my own social media. I try to limit the time I spend on it. So I've got like the limit per day, which I think is set on 20 minutes, 25 minutes per day. But I do manage them myself with the team around me. Actually, Antoine is just there taking all the content that you see. Books. This one is the one I'm reading at the moment. I haven't done Harvard Business School, but I'm still reading that anyway. I love reading books in general. Instead of spending a lot of time on my phone, I just prefer to learn new things and read as much as I can. Thanks for watching. These were my essentials, and I hope to see you very soon. Ciao.